Hey guys, what is up? Just doing a real quick test, seeing how the layout, make sure everything's working right, make sure audio's good, and all that other good stuff. So, just gonna jump into Madden real quick, test everything out, maybe play solo challenge, who knows?
EA Sports, it's in the game.
Alrighty. Yeah, I can't wait for the day where there isn't loading screens anymore. You know, I don't see that day ever coming, but I'm hoping it's pretty soon, and I do hoping that it does happen. That would be fantastic. I'm gonna have to turn down my volume on my monitor. So, let me do that real quick. Let's go right. Let's go down. Let's go right. Let's go up. And click check mark. Alright, there we are. Monitor's muted, so hopefully there isn't any audio playback again. Holy crap, come on, Madden. Sometime today. Hold on my franchise real quick. And show you guys what's up with the franchise. Apologize for the messy bed. Didn't feel like making it this morning. I never make it, so. So we're in the, this is the first season. I picked the Browns, and they're pretty good. I made a lot of trades, and I mean, they're looking pretty good. My defense, not so much, but my offense, Julio's my #1 target, honestly. I got Tyrod Taylor at quarterback. I mean, he won Offensive Player of the Year for AFC. Gabe has the Seahawks. They actually, Russell Wilson won MVP of the year. Let me see if I can remember how to pull up. I think it's news. You used to be able to pull up rewards. I don't know if you can still do that or not. Stats? Aha, there you are. Yearly. We'll see, because I haven't actually looked at this yet. So Russell, I finished second. 11-5 with the Browns. It was a pretty tough start, and then I started doing a few more trades, and still made the Browns a little bit better. And yeah, it's great. Tyrod Taylor on the Browns beat out Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, Derek Carr, Rivers. That's insane. The only running back I see up there is my man Zeke, who's also on the Seahawks. So, Coach of the Year, Pete Carroll. I made no top 5. If you could get the Browns to 11-5, I think you should be ranked #1 in the year for the Coach of the Year. Anyways, I don't know if there's any more Offensive Player of the Year for the AFC. Defensive player, Khalil Mack, Collins Sr. I shipped him off before. I think I shipped him off in preseason. I got a first-round pick out of him, so I was like, see ya. And as you can see, my 90 overall, I think he's a rookie. He had a fantastic season. I don't know exactly what his stats were, but it was pretty good. Offensive Rookie of the Year. I'm really surprised. How is Zeke not up here? How is he not in the top 10? That's insane. You got Dak Prescott winning it. Derrick Henry on the Browns coming second. And who? Pretty much after that. I know Kenyon Drake, he was back up to Derrick Henry in Alabama. Defensive Rookie of the Year. There he is. Emmanuel Ogbah. And then my man Joey Bosa, who I'm probably going to pick up during the offseason or at the start of next year. Jalen Ramsey's an absolute beast as well. And, yeah. Best quarterback, somehow Tyrod Taylor. I mean, I had the most passing yards, but that was it. Tyrod Taylor, let me show you his stats real quick. Player stats. 5,300 yards passing. Pretty good. You beat out 1 second, I'm going to go shut the heater off, because I don't know if that's making too much noise or not. Alright, shut that off. Let's go ahead and just compare him to the rest of the NFL. Okay, I somehow beat Drew Brees by 300 yards. It's probably because my freaking Julio Jones is an absolute monster. But other than that, they all had better percentages than me. I somehow averaged 330 yards a game, which I don't understand. Because look at the interceptions. It was a pretty bad season. 21 interceptions. And, you know, you might think, like, holy crap, that's bad. I love Tyrod Taylor. But let's move over to rushing real quick. And let's look how many fumbles. Let's see who has the most fumbles in the NFL. Tyrod Taylor with 13. 13 fumbles in 21 interceptions. That is insane numbers. That is, all of those are I think most of those were turnovers, because I don't remember recovering a fumble from Tyrod Taylor, because there was 2 games this season. I had four fumbles in both of those games as Tyrod Taylor. It's not even like me trying to run the ball with him. It's that the right side of my offensive line at the beginning of the season was really bad. So they would just rush through there and just cream Tyrod. I don't know how he didn't get hurt. It's a miracle that a quarterback on the Browns did not get hurt, regardless of who's playing for the Browns. And, I mean, I did have an 85-yard run with a quarterback. That was kind of cool. And, you know, maybe 1 or 2 of those fumbles might have been because I was trying to do that again. But no reason to, you know, talk about that. As you see, like, Elliott wasn't in the running for Offensive Player of the Year, or Rookie Player of the Year. But he had the most yards. He had the most, well, there was a couple above him. But, I mean, look at that. LaShawn McCoy, 105 yards a game. That is very impressive. 7.2 yards a carry. That's scary good. And, you know, Tyrod Taylor, I mean, yes, he averaged 7.3, but he's a quarterback. So if you ever see open field in front of you and you're Tyrod Taylor with like 89 speed or something like that, that's an easy 15 yards. Just dip out of bounds before you fumble it for the 50th time on the season. So there's that. And the playoff race right now, I don't know if I showed you guys that or not. I'll show you who's in the playoffs. And, you know, of course the Browns are a surprise, but I am controlling them and I did make them a lot better. And, you know, just basically by shipping away everybody that was on the Browns and bringing in new people. So let's go to playoff schedule. So, we got Texans versus Patriots. Maybe, you know, Texans are having a strong year. But, you know, if they could pull it out of their butt, maybe become good again. Who knows? The Buccaneers versus the Seahawks. This could definitely happen. The Buccaneers, I feel, are a very underrated team. The Raiders versus the Browns. Raiders are doing great this season. The Browns probably going to drop the donut. And then you get the Giants versus the Vikings. And keep in mind that, you know, there are users in this. So this isn't like a trying to make a real life thing or anything, because obviously I have 11 more wins than the Browns do this season. So I get to play Ethan in the divisional playoff. And I'm going to assume it's going to be Patriots versus Seahawks. And, you know, one of us versus, I don't know how good the Vikings are in this, or the Giants for that matter. I mean, the Giants have Odell, and that's really all you need when you're in franchise. Just toss it up to him, and he'll make a one-handed catch every time. The Vikings, you know, you got AP, so who knows? I don't know what their things are on the season, but yeah, let's look at the regular season, because not all of these games I played. I did sim a few of them. We played till week 8, so I played all of these games. Yes, I did get that many L's, but we are on All Pro difficulty or All Madden, one of the two. Now, this is one of the games I simmed. I was very disappointed in my team. We lost 41-3 against the 3-10 Bills. The 3-10 and I think 1 Bills. 41-3. What happened that game? Can you look at you? Oh, you can look at stats. Let's go ahead and look. Look at this. Look at that passing yardage. That's such a pathetic game to watch. 166. But he threw for 166 yards, but still had 3 touchdowns. What about rushing? How'd rushing look? Yeah, that was bad. Derrick Henry only 13 yards for the entire game. Jesus. Receiving? Jalen Marshall. I think he got hurt after that game. He's still hurt, I believe. I think he's still on my injury. I'm just going to check out injuries around the league and see what that's like. See who's hurt, who's not. Here? Yes. See, I only have 1 injury. It's Jalen Marshall. 2 weeks left. Super Bowl is in 3 weeks? 4 weeks? I think 3 weeks. No, 4 weeks. We got this playoff game, another playoff, the Pro Bowl, and then the Super Bowl? I may be missing a playoff in there. I don't know. But let's go ahead and look around. They're hurting. I traded him. Actually, he was injured, and the game allowed me to trade him away. So I got like a 2nd-round pick for him. Can't complain too much. It's John McCoy hurting. I guess he's back now, but Percy Harvin, Cody Kessler out for a very long time. Are they on? Yes, they're on IR. I was gonna say, they actually put LeSean McCoy on IR, and he'd be back already, but they probably put him on IR because they didn't make the playoffs, I'd imagine. Look at that, 93 overall. And an 88 and a 75. Jordan Howard's a freaking beast. You guys don't have him on your fantasy team. I have him as my backup running back on fantasy behind Le'Veon Bell. The dude puts up some numbers. Especially a couple weeks ago. He was just fantastic. Vikings, no injuries. Oop. Texans. Not too bad. D'Angelo Williams. Ow, 48 weeks. Jesus. Achilles tear. Gabe only has 1 injury. Where is Ethan? What's he looking like? Darren Sproles. I think that's his starting and backup halfbacks. I don't know who his halfbacks are on his team. So, let's see. I mean, 90 overall there. I haven't seen any. Ooh. Who would have guessed? Jordy Nelson got hurt again. Packers are hurting. They had a terrible season. I think they ended up like, I don't even know. But I remember like looking them like mid-season, they were like 1-5 or something like that. Let's check real quick. See who the losers of the. I'll just go to standings. That'll be a lot easier than going through and counting. Look at those Ravens down there at 3-12-1. No, you see Gabe went 15-1 on the season. He did pretty freaking good. I still outscored him. Even my shorts, Gabe. Not by much, but, you know. Alright, I forgot what I was... Oh, yeah. Let's take a look at those L's. Who got the most L's? The worst team in the league was the Cardinals at 3-13. That's hard to believe. I mean, we did kind of pick clean some of the teams with trades. Packers ended up 7-9. It's pretty impressive with a 3-win streak at the end. So, you know, they were 4-9 before that. Oh, good God. Anybody get multiple ties? I should probably look that up here, not in your division. Dang. The Raiders and the Ravens tied a game. So Ethan's 10-5-1 on the season, and I'm playing him as the 11-5 Browns. So, pretty exciting stuff. Guess I'll just go show you guys my ultimate team real quick. Nothing too impressive. I'm basically stockpiling points right now, or coins, and just saving up. I have 879,000 coins, 87 overall, and I currently have 2 elite badges up for sale. So hopefully they'll sell here pretty soon. Let's go ahead and jump in here. My team was better. I was up to an 89 overall, but I went through and sold a bunch of players, tried to get coins to end up later picking up better players. Because I have the crappy 90 overall Phillip Rivers. I had the 93 overall Donovan McNabb, fantastic card. I had the 87 Tony Dorsett. I want to get his 93 overall really bad. I also want to get that 95 Le'Veon Bell. I could buy it right now, but that'd be on my coins. I mean, my O-line could use a little more improvements. There's a couple golds in there, but at least they're 84 overalls. Defense-wise, you know, my defense is actually pretty good. I could use a better backup tackle. But, I mean, Tracy Porter, 84 overall, still a fantastic card. You really can't complain if you have it in. I also have this Keep to Lead that they gave you this week, so just chilling. So I could possibly put that one in. And I can't remember what my specialists are. Cordell Patterson at kick return. They need to come out with a higher overall Cordell Patterson because that guy is a monster. I love using his card. Deshaun Jackson, it'd also be nice to pick up a higher overall of him to get like I want a 99 overall kick returner. I don't know if there is one currently in the game. I'm gonna definitely have to do some research on that. But this Cordell Patterson, kick returns not so much, but punt returns, this guy is fantastic. I've probably had 20 punt returns as touchdowns because, you know, he's just great. If you guys catch it one side of the field and kind of run back to the other side, you know, he's real good at just getting the edge and then just booking it into the end zone. And Deshaun Jackson, he's caught a couple of them, and he hasn't got me as many punt returns. He got me one kick return a couple days ago, but he's real good at just returning kick returns about 40 yards, so really can't complain about him either. So I haven't even tried out any of these other guys because there's really no point. So team's looking pretty good. I got this out of some pack, and I've just been using him at kicker. I mean, you got 90 kick power, 86 kick accuracy, which you can't really blame. Madden 16, I used like a 60 overall kicker the entire game because he had a 97 kick power. I mean, he only had like an 80, it was like an 83 accuracy, but honestly, it's really easy to use. You know, it's not really that hard, even if the kicker's accuracy is bad. As long as you have that kick power, you're pretty set. So I hit a couple 65-yard plus field goals in Madden 16 with his name's Jordan Gay. He's I don't even know if he's like starting kicker for anywhere. I think he's like the Bills maybe. I don't even know. I don't even know if he's in this game. I think he's in this game, but he's not as good as he was in 16. I feel like a lot of players in Madden 17 took a lot of like cuts, like even wide receivers. You know, if you were looking at wide receiver speeds in Madden 16, there was a lot of 93, 94, 95 speeds. This game, it's like you're lucky to get a 90. I mean, there's a 90, 87, 91, 88, and, you know, people are a lot slower in this game. That is definitely for sure. And I don't know if that's try to balance anything or not, but, yeah. I mean, I've made a couple ideas of people that I wanted to pick up, and I'm going to show you real quick. This is who Brody keeps telling me to get, which I'll probably end up going to getting him because I just want to hit that 1 million coin mark before I start buying, just to say I had 1 million coins at one point, so I can screenshot it, not care in a month, and delete the screenshot. So let's look up this 93 overall Randy Moss. What's his cheapest buy now? 434, really expensive still, but look at these stats. And the one that's pretty much most important, I mean, the only thing that he doesn't have over Herman Moore, which was a fantastic card. Thank you, Mutt, for giving us that card. I absolutely love it. But elusiveness, but really doesn't matter too much because you're always man on man or you're blowing by somebody, getting an easy touchdown. But what's so good about this card, look at that spec catch. You guys know what that spec catch is? That's the SPC. That is a 96. That is an insane number for spec catch. And I don't think the limited time ones change stats. I think it's just, yeah, I think it's just for the chemistry. It gives you like double chemistry in this case. So you really can't beat that card. That card is so good. And I've tried putting other cards up against it, and I think that's the best wide receiver in the game right now. And I haven't really looked too much at the 95 overall more, which, I mean, I'm sure it's a fantastic card, but I guess I'd hope if I put 95 overall. But, I mean, it's really expensive too. 94 spec catch, can't complain about that either. 6'4", so those are pretty nice. And I mean, this one doesn't have double. This one's actually cheaper. I mean, do you want a better card or do you want better chemistry? Or I don't know. It's because that one with the double chemistry, that's 1,000,000 coins for 93 overall, or you can pay like half that, basically, or a little over half that, and get a 95 overall. So there's some pretty good cards in this game. I'm kind of disappointed. You know, Madden 16, Madden 15 had a lot more 95 plus cards. And this one, it's literally Night Train Lane, Gronk, Bell, Norman, Moore. That's it. Just 5. And, you know, they need to start adding more higher overall cards. I get that some of them are just absolutely broken. Like, I want this Le'Veon Bell so much, but if I buy him, I'm not going to have any coins left. And, you know, I'm sure there are better running back cards out there. And it is really expensive to pick him up. So, I just want a 95 overall, like, give me a 95 overall Donovan McNabb, and I'll be so happy. Give me a 95 overall quarterback that's not Brady. Because I love mobile quarterbacks. That's why in the franchise thing, I have Tyrod Taylor. Because the dude is super fast. And you guys see, like, his passing stats aren't even the best, but I still led the league in passing. I mean, it's thanks to Julio, because the guy's a monster, but, you know, his passing stats aren't the best, but if needed, I could still run the ball. You guys saw he had an 85-yard rushing touchdown in the season, and that's unheard of. The only other player really have one that big that currently plays, Terrell Pryor, and he's a wide receiver right now. I remember watching that game. It was the Raiders. He was the starting quarterback of the Raiders versus the Steelers, and he ran it like, it was like 98 yards. It was embarrassing to be a Steelers player, but pretty exciting to be a Ohio State player. So, I mean, I really like Terrell Pryor, and I'm so glad he's making it in the NFL now. You know, I liked him as a quarterback, but he fits wide receiver a lot more. I remember we ran a trick play when he was back at Ohio State, put him out a receiver, and he like tippy-toed it in the corner, catching it over a guy. And I was like, make that man a wide receiver. You know, we didn't really have any other like super good quarterbacks on the team that I can remember. I don't know, it's been a while. He's been away from college for, I don't even know who our backup was. His backup at that time, it might have been even Braxton Miller. I don't even know. But yeah, I think that's it for this video today, guys. Let me know if you guys like this. Let me know if I can improve the layout at all. The stuff scrolling across the bottom right here. There we go. If I can point in the right direction. That's just for live streams, if I ever do live streams. But it's there. So, let me know if there's any improvements I can do at all, and I'll see you guys in the next video. If you guys enjoyed once again. Peace.